back to the channel. Today we're heading over to the shop to work on the 64 Corvette. We're gonna get it all cleaned up, wiped down with wax and grease remover, then hit it with some 320 sandpaper in preparation for the primer coat. Yesterday we got the doors all gutted of all the mechanicals. We got all the weather stripping off of it and just tried to get it stripped down to the point where nothing's going to get in the way of the new primer that's going on. So it's basically all just bare fiberglass. And today we're going to get it wax and grease removed. The body has been sitting in bare fiberglass for many years, which is kind of a scary thing because you don't know whose greasy hands or what kind of oils have soaked into the body, which can make the paint and primer react. It can be very difficult to get that straightened out and get those oils out of the fiberglass. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that none of that's going on. And today we're just gonna do as much as we can, get it ready, and hopefully get that thing sprayed and primer soon. So let's get into it. Here's the 64 Corvette we're getting ready to paint. See, it's all in bare fiberglass. This one runs and drives. It's just ready for a paint job, be put back together. It's a nice car, really straight, clean car. We got lucky when we found this one. As you can see, there's really no major fiberglass damage. So it's stripped, and this is all original body panels. So it should be pretty straight and easy to get back into paint. But we'll see. Shot of the dash. Really nice, clean car. Original seat covers. Super clean. Shot under the hood. It's a 327, 365 horse, 4-speed. It's not the original engine, but we do have the numbers matching original engine for the car. I believe the original one was a 327, 300 horse. But yeah, it's a nice, clean car. All right, so we're getting ready to get this thing painted. We got the hood, the deck lid, we got it up in the air on jack stands, and we're just trying to get everything off of it that is gonna get painted so we can get behind everything. Everything's gonna get taped off real nicely. All the engine compartment, the undercarriage, the chassis, we're gonna tape everything to the ground and try not to get overspray on any of the chassis components or engine or any of that stuff, so it'll get nice and wrapped up and taped off. Well, it's the next day working on the 64 Corvette. Got a lot of the parts scuffed, cleaned up. It's definitely a few shades cleaner. The hood and deck lid cleaned up. A lot of the car cleaned up. A few more parts still. Exhaust panel, headlight buckets we got to clean up. But overall, still looking pretty good. We did run into a couple of areas that needed repair. It's slowing us down. But for the first couple of days, it's looking pretty good. Door jambs cleaned up, ready to shoot primer. A few old repair areas that someone did a horrible job on that needed repair. Bumper mounting holes needed to get glassed over and re-drilled. And this rocker over here was split from a prior horrible repair. It's gonna get new fiberglass and fiberglass filler put in. Well, just a few little areas that needed attention before we prime. Overall, a lot of the parts are really clean though and straight, so happy about that. All right, you guys, we're back at the garage. We've made a lot of progress on the 64 Corvette. Basically, we got it all cleaned, every crevice, the door jambs, under the hood, under the tail panel, everywhere. We got it all scuffed, cleaned, and it's finally ready to tape off and get ready to spray primer. So that is the goal today, is just to get it all wiped down again and taped off in hopes that we can get it sprayed in the next few days. I'll give you guys a shot of it up close here. Yeah, it turned out really nice. We're happy with how the underbody is. It's super clean and crisp. There was only a few small areas that needed work, nothing too bad at all. But yeah, she's definitely coming along. It's quite the process to get this all cleaned up and ready to prime, because if you don't do it now, you're just gonna make work for you later, and you're gonna have to break back through your primer. So really got to take your time in this step and make sure that the basic body underneath is ready to spray primer. Because all you do with the primer is just put a guide coat on it, and then you do a really light sanding, and that's basically your protective shell that you're going to lay down, sealer, and then your base coat, which is your color coat, and then your clear coat, and the car's painted. So at this point right now, it is extremely important to get this thing as straight and perfect as you can. And that's where we're at. It took us about, 7 to 10 days to get it like that. We thought it was straight, but that's how it always goes. You think it's straight, and then you get into it, and you find a lot of little small imperfections. So that's where we're at. We're pretty happy with where it's at right now, and we're gonna go ahead and tape it off and get ready to soak it in primer. So the primer's not gonna happen today, or even on this video. I'm probably gonna wrap this video up after we get it taped off, and then I'll do a whole nother video on after we get it primed and sanding the primer with the guide coat. And then that's a whole nother step on trying to make the body perfect. 'Cause that's another part that you have to make sure is perfect before you spray your base coat. So, yep, let's get into it. Well, we got the Corvette finally fully taped, wiped down, sanded, and ready for primer. It was quite the task to get everything cleaned and taped. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. There's gonna be a lot more coming of this thing getting painted. Gonna do it in multiple series. This one was just getting it cleaned up, sanding, getting it taped off, and getting it ready to prime. Next week we'll be doing the primer on it, and then I'll start a whole new video on that, laying the primer, wet sanding the primer, and looking for more imperfections on the car to make sure that we get it perfect before we lay the blue base coat and clear coat. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to follow this build, make sure that you subscribe and leave your comments below. They're always appreciated. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.